Hey everybody, Jordan here with Cover Call ETF Investing, and in today's video I want to equip you all with the best, absolute easiest way to understand cover calls, and also to be able to explain cover calls to other people who might not even necessarily have any kind of idea or experience with finances or investments, but this would be a nice way of introducing them to it. And what we're going to do in order to make this really easy to understand, we are going to strip away all the language around cover calls by not mentioning anything to do with cover calls, strike prices, options, deltas, Greeks, any of that stuff. We are going to sideline it, and we are just going to simply use an analogy for this. Now, the reason I'm even doing this in the first place is that I will throw it up on the screen here. I did a poll on my YouTube community tab asking everybody what would be the hardest subject to in relation to cover call ETFs to explain to other people. Now, as you can see the options on the screen there, I was going to do a video based on one of those options, but instead I've actually thought it'd be better maybe to just do a whole series based off of this poll. So let's actually get into the analogy. You are someone who can go to a store, any store, and buy a money tree that will produce $1 for you every year. And you are excited to buy this money tree that produces $1 because you have a lot of ambitious goals for this money tree. Maybe you want to supplement an expense like your cable bill or your hydro bill, maybe your mortgage, or maybe you want to use the money tree to buy more money trees so that it can replace the income of your job. Whatever it is you're excited about doing. So you go to the store, you pay $10 for your money tree. That will produce $1. You go to the backyard, you plant it, you're very happy about it, then your buddy walks by. Your friend says, hey, that's a nice money tree. You are grateful that he has acknowledged that, and he asks you, hey, what are your goals with it and whatnot? And so you go through the gambit of explaining everything that you are excited about, what this money tree means to you, what it's going to do for you. For you, it's a long-term investment. You see it as a easy, convenient way of being able to build wealth over the long term with a simple strategy of continually buying money trees on a regular basis that will in turn buy more money trees, as we have previously stated. So your friend says, that's a great goal. I have a very different strategy. My strategy is more active. I also too like to buy money trees, but in a totally different way. You can think of them like I flip money trees. And your friend says to you, I want to buy your money tree off of you. Well, you say, well, why don't you just go buy your own money tree? And he says, yeah, I don't do that. And there's a reason to it. So here's what I'm thinking. I want to have an arrangement with you, an agreement of sorts, where I have this $1 here that I will give to you right now, that no matter how this arrangement turns out, you get to keep that $1. Well, you look at that $1, you think that's great. My money tree inadvertently just squeezed out another $1 in a sense from this other person. And he says to you, your friend says, so I'll give you this $1, and what that $1 really means to me is that you will promise not to sell your money tree to anybody else for 1 month. So not only are you getting $1, but you were never planning to sell this money tree in the first place. So you're thinking, what's the catch? Well, where's this really going? He says to you, the only time you will sell this money tree to me, if its value from the store you bought it at, if those money trees in that store that you bought it at hit $15, then I get to buy this money tree off of you for $12. Okay, so you're gonna make $2 on the appreciation, a little bit of appreciation from the money tree in itself, and this $1 premium, this $1 promise that I'm giving to you right now. But if it doesn't hit $15 within 1 month, and it has to be on that specific day in 1 month from now, if it doesn't hit $15, you just get to keep that $1 and you get to put it towards those other money trees that you are hoping to buy. So now you're thinking, the thoughts are racing through your head. Do money trees typically go to $15? Maybe. I've been sort of... anyway, you have a lot of ideas about how to value the money tree. But at the end of the day, you think about it as a win-win no matter what. Okay? You will make money on this regardless. But then it kind of hits you. You ask your friend, you say, you know what, I don't understand. Why are you pestering me about buying my money tree when you could just go buy your own money tree from that store? I mean, if you are so confident that the money tree is going to go to $15, why not buy it yourself right now for $10? And he says, look, it's a good question. I'm going to answer it for you. My strategy involves having flexibility in what I just offered you. It also caps my downside, meaning based on the value of the money tree you bought it at $10 and me giving you $1, I'm only going to lose, if I lose 10%, and that's it. That's all I lose. And the third reason is I don't need the same amount of money to enter into getting this money tree off you like you did. You spent $10, I'm essentially spending $1, okay? I don't need as much money to enter into that position where you needed a lot more, okay? So if it does hit the $15 mark, I will get the money one way or the other, and you'll make money, I'll make money, and I can keep repeating this with every single neighbor. And I'll probably go to the next neighbor with the next money tree and do something similar based on the value that they bought their money tree at and where I think the price of money trees are going into the future. That, in essence, is what a cover call represents, or at least the entirety of how to look at a cover call. So with that being said, if you got value out of this, then please do the cliche thing and smash all the buttons of the like and subscribe variety, and I will see you all in the next video.